Namaste from Nepal. Nepal is known for its very friendly people, amazing scenery, and very delicious food. But did you know that Nepal also has a lot of amazing bookshops like this one, where you can find many powerful books, such as The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk and The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. But also there is this book, Little Princess by Conor Grennan, and it's a powerful book of one man's promise to bring home the lost children of Nepal. Conor started as a volunteer at an orphanage in Nepal in 2004, believing he was helping children who had no one, until he discovered a shocking truth. And stay with me, because many years ago this truth shocked me too. Welcome back. If you're still watching, it probably means you want to know more about the shocking truth that Conor and I discovered. In 2004, 29-year-old Conor, he traveled to Nepal in search for adventure. And at that time, Nepal was facing a civil war. But that didn't stop Conor from volunteering at an orphanage called Little Princess. And he was convinced that he was going to help children who had no one. Until one day, a woman showed up at the orphanage. It was then when Conor discovered the heartbreaking truth that the children in the orphanage had parents. And these parents just wanted their young children to be safe and not to be taken to become soldiers. So they paid a lot of money to a man who promised to keep their children safe. But these parents were just misled. These children were trafficked away from their families just to get money. And the French owner of Little Princess, she rescued some of the children from those traffickers, and she kept them safe in her orphanage, thinking that these children had no one, because the children were told not to tell anyone that they had parents, or else they got beaten by the traffickers. And when Conor learned about this, he made a promise. He would bring these children back home where they belong, with their families. Still, a lot of people nowadays think that children in orphanages have no one who could take care of them. Research has shown that 85% of the children living in orphanages here in Nepal have at least one living parent or other family members who could take care of them given the right support. So the question is, why are these children still living in institutions when they have family? Well, it's not the lack of love, but often poverty is the main reason. Therefore, we need to support families instead of separating these children from their families. So let's bring them back home. So if it was possible then, it is even more possible today. Orphanages are just not the answer. And while some people still keep romanticizing orphanages, I will keep spreading the other truth. Most of them have parents. And just to be clear, to me, it is not about good or bad orphanages, but about the best interest of the child. And even institutions with the best intentions, the ones who are not trafficking children or run as a business, are not the solution. 100 years of research has shown the negative effects of institution on children's growth and development, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Children, as I said, thrive better in safe and loving families. And if you don't believe me or the researchers, then please believe the caregivers, the young ones who grew up in institutional care themselves. In 2023, I attended 𝙈𝙤𝙤𝙧𝙚, the conference on alternative care, right here in Kathmandu in Nepal. And 30 young people who grew up in institutional care, they bravely stood up and shared with us their heartbreaking stories. They called on us to make a change away from institutional care towards a family-based care approach. Their motto, we are the story, we are the truth, we are the evidence. A worldwide shift is happening away from institutional care towards family-based care approach. But as we speak here in Nepal, still around 10,000 children are living in 366 registered children's homes, despite the fact that we now know that 85% of them have at least a living parent or other family members. And if you care about children, then let's make a change away from institutional care towards a family-based care approach. And this won't happen overnight. So we also need to talk about orphanage volunteerism. That means visiting and volunteering in these orphanages. UNICEF on its website clearly states the following: By volunteering in orphanages, many well-intentioned tourists are supporting an industry that tears families apart and exploits children. You know, volunteers, they bond with the children and then they leave. And again and again. And one child in the book asked Conor, "When will you come back, Conor brother?" And Conor said, "We have been strongly advised by the organization to be vague in our answers because most of the volunteers, they never come back." And the staff had learned that it was better not to give the children false hope. You know, with orphanage volunteering, children are looked after by a constant rotation of caregivers. And so instead of the volunteers adapting to the children are forced to adapt every time again repeatedly to this constant rotation of new volunteers with different parenting styles, if they have parenting styles at all. And it causes harm. So let's stop orphanage volunteering and let's stop visiting these orphanages. We need to focus on family-based care. So let's choose family-based care over institutional care. Let's choose research and lived experience over assumptions. And let's focus on solutions that bring and keep children where they belong, in families. Well, if this story moved you, please like this video, share it, and consider to subscribe to my channel. Your support helps to raise awareness, and it will challenge harmful systems, and it will advocate for better solutions for children all around the world. Because what if it was your child? Thank you for being a part of this mission. Dhanyabad from Nepal. Bye.